glad that you could join me and that I can spend time with you. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is being criticized. One of the things that I have noticed in my own life is how do you deal with it from a personal point of view when you're being criticized? Well, it's important that you have emotional control and intelligence. So, the other day I went to lunch with a person who I love and adore, and we were sitting around talking about what my plans were for the future. And in that conversation, it came out, well, are you planning on still doing Facebook? And then it alluded to the fact that the background that I had on my Facebook prior, the lives prior, wasn't necessarily eye-catching or intriguing. So I decided to buy a tent and hide in the tent when I'm doing my lives. Periodically, there will be other fabrics and other types of backdrops. But my point of it is that number one, the way the conversation flowed, was I being criticized? Absolutely. Did I get upset? No. Why? Because I understood a couple of different things that were important that I've been able to do over the years that I can now do within 3 seconds. And I wanted to try to talk to you about it. So first off, I was with somebody that was, I love and adore, and the conversation was going into, what about me? So first off, if you're going to be receiving criticism, you got to look at who the critic is. If the critic happens to be from the Wall Street Journal or the LA Times, the New York Times, or some reporter, and you're a politician, well, you shouldn't put too much credence in that. If it happens to be somebody, one of your 5,000 friends on Facebook, well, no, you shouldn't put much credence in that criticism either. Let's talk about it. If you have a intimate relationship with them, if they live at your house, if you happen to have a biblical relationship with somebody, then you might want to start paying attention, because if you want that relationship to go along further, then yeah, you might want to pay attention. Now, this particular person is in my life. I want to have a great relationship with them, so I'm going to listen to them. I also listen to my business partners. I also listen to my customers. And, when I'm receiving criticism from them, it's kind of typically about customer service. It's not about quality of work. It's about the way that they want it done. And if you're good at speaking the 5 languages of love, then you'll pick that up. So when we're receiving this criticism, we've got to understand, is that person trying to upsell us? Is that person trying to tear us down? What is that person doing? Well, again, the person that I was having the conversation with, they are genuine, they're loving, they're kind, they're open, and they want to support me in my adventures. So they're going to be not brutal, but they're going to be on top of the table and transparent and tell me the kind of things that are going to make my life easier, better. And is it turnabout, fair play? Absolutely. All right. So when we get these criticisms, what I said after I had heard this criticism, not really a criticism, it was more of a, what are you doing? So uh, what happened is that I said, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I liked it. Tell me just a little bit more about what you're feeling or hearing or seeing or whatever. And they proceeded to tell me, and very fine. They didn't call me any names. There was no drama. It was just simply on top of the table. Hey, you might want to think about this. And that's a positive response to criticism. And if you don't like the criticism because you think that the person is full of hot air, typically what I say is thank you for sharing. I'll take it under consideration. And if you're a really close friend, what I will do when you send me this criticism or anything I perceive as a jab or a criticism, I will say, to your area, where are your papers? And that pretty much, lets them know that I will take it under advisement. So, I've learned that the people that you manage are going to be criticizing you. The more people you manage, the more criticism you're going to get. As you go up in your income level, you're going to catch more flack. As you aspire in your social media, you're going to catch a lot of criticism. And realize that these trolls that are out here on social media are simply a troll. They don't exist in the light. They exist only in the darkness. So, I want to hear about your experiences on criticism, because my idea is that if I am able to take criticism and let it just roll off my back, my health is so much better. I don't take it personally. I really start to enjoy my life, and that's what I want you to do. So let me hear from you in the comments. Tell me just a little bit about how you deal with criticism. Tell me some of the things that you say when you want to deflect the criticism. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to talking to you and seeing your comments and commenting on your comments.